It's usually hot in here, like after games. Sweating. Okay, hello everybody. It's good to see you all. We have had a great off season. Lots has been happening. A lot of positive things, a lot of growth, a lot of movement, a lot of really, really good things for our program going into year two. We feel like we're in a really good spot right now. So our players have been on campus since about June 17th. We have practiced for about 7 weeks now, and we're entering our 8th week of summer session. So at the end of this week, we will be done with our 8-week summer session, and we will get ready to start school and start our official preseason. And so we're excited about that. The growth and just chemistry we've built and where we are as a team right now through 7 weeks of summer session has our staff really, really excited. I think it has our players really excited. But yeah, we've got almost a brand new group. We've got players that are returning. We've got players that transferred in. We've got true freshmen. So we've got a mix of it all. But more than anything, it's really a group that we brought together for a purpose, that we had time to recruit, that we really, really were selective and picky about. And I think it's shown through our 7 weeks of practice. I'm very grateful for this group. We have chemistry, we have positivity, we have players that are connected, they care about one another, but most importantly, they care about wearing the block A across their chest, and they prove that every single time they come out and they practice and they show it. This is one of the most coachable groups I've had. This is one of the most enjoyable groups that I've had. And we've got really good basketball players, I will say that, but we have great human beings, great students, and young women of great character. We have not had to deal with anything this summer that most coaches have to deal with. We've been able to coach basketball. We've been able to keep it business because they take care of their business. And like I said, I walk into practice every day with a smile on my face. I think with this group, win, lose, or draw, I'm going to come in here with a much different attitude than you may have seen me go through some of the wins, losses, or draws last year, because this group is so likable. They're so coachable. They're here for the right reasons, and it shows, and I just appreciate them so much for that. And so I'm a happy coach right now. I'm in a great mood, but so is everybody else in the country because we're all undefeated right now. So we're going to take our bumps, take our bruises, as you guys can see with our non-conference schedule. And sure, you guys will ask me about that, but we've challenged them. We've put some teams on our schedule that are going to really help us find out what we're made of in a hurry. And so I'm excited. We've got great returning players. We've got really, really impactful freshman class. And we've got some impact transfers that have joined us. So where we are right now is in a much better place than we were last year. And I'm thankful. I'm appreciative. And I'm excited for our fans. I'm excited for you guys to cover our squad and have a lot more fun things to write about. And like I said, we're looking forward to hopefully having one of the biggest turnarounds in Division I this year. That's my plan for this group, and I feel like that's something that could very, very well happen. So the goal is to make the NCAA tournament. The goal is to be an NCAA tournament team, and they know that. We know that. We've put our schedule together so that is the result at the end of the season, and put ourselves in the best position to make sure we control what we can to make that happen. So yeah, excited, happy, thankful, and could not be more excited to have Molly and Samaya here, and you guys get to talk to them. Samaya was one of the best players in the Big 12 the last month of the season. There's no question about that. She was hot for the last month. I'm excited for her to pick up where she left off, to come in year two. For Samaya to be as comfortable as she is right now and as confident as she is right now took a year. It usually does underneath me. And so she's ready to have a fantastic senior year. Molly, just being one of the most loyal, coachable kids that you could ever have in your locker room. These two have led for 7 weeks and had a voice and understood what the assignment was, what our culture needed to be, and they've not shied away from that. So couldn't be more excited for you guys to talk to them, get their view on things. But we're in a great place as a program right now, and I'm really looking forward to a huge step in year two.
Your transfers and then your freshmen, who stands out in each of those groups for you?
Yeah, I think we're 12. We have 12 on our roster this year. I think we're 12 deep. I genuinely can say that. I don't think there is one player on our team that is not going to play. I really think we have depth this year, which is something we did not have last year, and traditionally my teams have not had. This might be the deepest team that I've had through 7 weeks. And so I'm really, really excited for not to be able to just give you one or two names. I could go down the line if you want to ask me specifics on certain players, but I don't think there's anybody I could just say this one's standing out more than another one. They're all we're doing it as a group right now. We're celebrating each other. One person has a good day, the next one has a good day. And I told our group, like, we need to be a scouting report where there's 7 of you guys that are averaging between 8 and 12 points. We don't want to be a group where one person's averaging 20 and everybody else is 3 to 5. So if we can be that group, which I think we can, where everybody's getting theirs and it's one person's night one night and the next person it's the next night it's another person's night, I think we're going to be a really, really dangerous team. But make no mistake about it, we have the best freshman class in the Big 12. It shows in the rankings of that class, and it will show when you see probably 3 freshmen on the floor at all times for us this year. So that we will be young, but that group is, in my opinion, as good as advertised. Don't tell them that, you two. But they've got talent. They really, really do. But they lack experience. They lack a little bit of maturity at times, and not in a bad way. It's just you're 18, right? And so they have to grow up in a hurry. And I think a lot of our success is going to depend on how fast that group of 5 grows up. As far as our transfer class, we didn't bring in any transfers that are not going to be on the floor, and that was the point. We're not just bringing bodies. I only signed 12 because those 12 are going to impact our team in a certain way. And so I think we did a great job with Molly and Samaya returning, having our freshman class be kind of the foundation of what we want to build around for the coming years, and then supplementing with a few transfers around them that are going to help lead them, guide them, have some power for experience, minutes played, and production. We did not have that last year. We didn't have power for production, and now we have that this year. In Puff, who's had a tremendous freshman year at Cal, in Bree Williams, who played at a top 10 program in the country, and Gerda, Bree started games at Maryland. Gerda started half of USC's games last year. There's a reason for that. It's because she's really good, So I'm excited about that piece. But like I said, I can't just sit here and say there's 1 or 2 I'm excited about. I'm really excited about the whole group.
One of the recent football coaches here, Jed Fish, he referred to his first season as year 0, and then his second season as year 1. Maybe that's just semantics or marketing, but I think the idea behind it was like you're laying the foundation that first year, and then you're building in the second year. Do you think that's applicable to your situation?
Yeah, I'm not really I have said that a few times, yes. I have said year 0. To me, it does give a little bit of cop-out excuse, and I don't love that. But when you go through what we went through last year and you step into what we stepped into, it truly was a year 0, because this is year 1 with the staff that needs to be here, with the players that need to be here, with everything has been so easy through 7 weeks compared to what it was last year, because you just have to go through it to figure out the bumps and the bruises and what needs to happen and what changes need to be made in order to get it right. And that's what we had to do last year.
Thinking about the 5-and-5 rule, what are your thoughts on that? And what do you see in the future for your recruiting cycle?
Yeah, I think the 5-for-5 rule is great. It gives them 5 years to play college basketball. If I could go back and get my 5th, I would take it this year and we would play together. But it's amazing. I think it's awesome. I think it's going to put a lot of programs in a really sticky situation that have a senior class of 6 or 7 this year, right? We have a couple that are seniors that we're going to hope to hold on to if that's something they're interested in, but it doesn't put us in a situation where we don't, we can't sign freshmen, or we're in a situation where we have to pull offers from kids because we don't have a senior class of 7 or 8 that we want to keep, that we want to hold on to. And that's okay, because it's just where we're at right now. But I think it's a great opportunity for women's college basketball players across the board to capitalize on their brand, on their NIL, on their rev share for another season, but more so than the business side of it, to get to play college basketball for another year. I'd give anything to do that, so I'm excited for them. I also think it makes it less messy, too. You get 5 years. No more of this injury waiver stuff, no more eligibility, 5. Boom, get it done. I like that.
After going through your first season at Arizona, having some time to reflect, what did you learn that kind of influenced how you were going to approach this upcoming season?
Yeah, oh man, I think I learned a lot. I think I learned a lot through last year, and last year it wasn't anything significantly harder or different than how it's been year 1 at anywhere else. But you don't quite remember how hard it is till you're in it. My wife actually tells me all the time I take new jobs because I've done it 100 times. She's like, you want to do year 1 again? And I'm like, yeah, it's not that bad. And then halfway through year 1, she's like, I told you. So it's hard, it's difficult to sit here and try to tell you everything I learned. I'd be talking for 2 hours. What I think it's done more than anything is make me appreciate this group And I think they feel it, and I think especially Samaya and Molly can feel the shift in energy from me and from our staff because we are so grateful for this group and who they are and what they value and how they come out and their approach every single day. Like, it's made me more joy-filled at practice. It's probably made me more enjoyable to be around at practice, but I want to reciprocate that gratitude and show them that I appreciate them and everything they're bringing every single day because of what we may or may not have had last year. So I think that's probably the biggest difference.
What do you feel like you were able to accomplish last year from establishing the culture standpoint?
Yeah, I mean, I think anybody we talk to, any fans, any donors, anybody that we run into in town or anybody in this building, just appreciated how hard we played. I mean, there is a standard here at Arizona in the way that we practice and the way that we play. Everybody in the building and everybody on our staff and probably on our team knew that our talent was never better than anybody else's last year, even a few times in our non-conference. Like, our talent was not better than other people's talent, but our ability to play harder was better almost every night, you know? And so if we keep that, when we keep that, which is our identity, we are a blue-collar team that plays our butts off. And now we've added that talent, you'll see those close games turn into wins, and that's always what happens. And so I think people learned that we are a team that plays our butts off. You're never going to get shortchanged for our effort and what you're going to get for the price of admission for us. I mean, you look at the 7 games we lost in the Big 12 by single digits. We didn't belong in 6 of those, 7 probably. You know, and we're in basketball games late in the fourth quarter. We're up 2 at TCU, number 10 in the country, at TCU at halftime. Nobody led at TCU this year except for us. You know, we're down 4 in the last media timeout against Baylor at Baylor. Like, there are games that we put ourselves in a position to be in, and I don't do the moral victory thing, but the writing is on the wall. We just had a little bit of a ceiling last season, and so we're excited to. Like I said, just close that gap a little bit. Hopefully those close games turn into wins for us. And, we know we have a long way to go before that happens. So I think people appreciate it, the effort. I think people saw the energy that we're going to play with, them hopefully taking a little bit of my personality on the court. I hope people appreciated how hard I coach, how well our teams were prepared. I hope people feel like I did my job because I go to sleep every night knowing that I bring it every day and I empty my tank, and I take pride in that as a coach. So.
Why?
Oh, go ahead. The recruiting cycle in women's basketball seems to have gotten later and later, like they're committing later than they used to. Do you like that? What do you think about that?
Are you talking about like freshmen, or are you talking about?
The freshman commits. It seems like they commit closer to November now than maybe they used to.
Yeah. I think I don't care when they commit. I like it when they do. So if they do early, great. If they don't, then I'm not happy. I think a lot of that has to do, I think the later commitments have to do with the fact that you can take as many visits as you want now. And I think there's a lot of negotiating and a lot of business aspect to go back and forth on, which wasn't what we had to deal with in the past. So figuring out numbers and negotiating those types of things usually takes a little bit longer. But what you will see with this freshman class, now that the 5-for-5 rule is in play, is that those guys are panic committing, which I'm okay with. Panic commit, like, come on. So they just know that these schools, now that the 5-for-5 pass, are not going to have roster spots for them, which obviously we will. So.
T-shirts that those guys are wearing, did you come up with that?
Yeah, we have a couple cool T-shirts this year, and it's just kind of what we're about, that blue collar mentality, and like genuinely, we're not for everybody. Like, our program is not for everybody to come play in. We're super transparent about that in the process. Our program is for the 12 that are here, and they are built for it, and they've proven that for 7 weeks, and they want the challenge. But this program is not for softies that don't want to be coached, that don't want to be told the truth, that don't want to work hard, and that's just real. So we put it on shirts to remind them. We have a Tucson Tough shirt. Like, this city is a blue collar place that isn't like about the shiny bells and whistles. They're about like getting the results, doing whatever it takes to get it done. A fan base that values hard work and what we bring every single day. So just little reminders on their shirts that, like, take pride in who you are, take pride in what our identity is, take pride in being that blue collar, rough and tough mentality. Like, we're gonna get it done one way or another. So. Thank you, Coach. Awesome. Thank you.